Americans strongly back abortion pill access, FDA drug powers. Now, I wanted to show you guys this poll because I wanted to emphasize to you why running on abortion access and running on contraceptive access is a winner, is a winner, is a winner. And I know for most of you probably already got the idea that abortion is going to be a big topic, but this is going to go deep because it cannot just stop with Roe versus Wade getting overturned, because it isn't just stopping with Roe versus Wade getting overturned. We're seeing different ballot referendums to ban abortion. We're seeing in Alabama, as they make it so people cannot go through the IVF process to have children because they're treating these frozen non-people, just tiny clumps of cells that could become people, as babies. Therefore, they can't do it, interrupting the IVF process. And we're hearing more talk about going after the pill. And so when it talks about abortion, it doesn't just stop at abortion. It goes into IVF. It goes into contraceptive like this. And so it seems to go into every aspect of reproductive health care, of women controlling their bodies and their own reproductive health. It seems to be going into and creeping into every single one of these in different states in the country. Now, of course, in some states, of course, they're standing up to this, but in others, like in Alabama, that is not the case. But when it comes to getting into these more niche specific issues, and I want to say that that access to the abortion pill is niche, but when it gets into the more specific issues under the label of reproductive health care, we already know that access to abortion, the vast majority of Americans support. We already know that access to IVF, 88% of Americans support access to IVF, even a majority of evangelicals. But now we also have polling data showing that a majority of Americans also support access to abortion pills. That is the day after pill. You had sex, condom broke, you notice it the day after, it's like, oh my goodness. So you go over, get a pill, take it, over. Did you just kill a baby? That's the moral question that's being asked. Now, most people would think a baby, well, you hold a baby, or you get a big bulge in your stomach, and, babies, they feel pain, they can conceive the world, they have a brain, they have a heart. Right now, it's literally just a sperm and an egg, and that's it. It's just combined. But if you believe life begins at conception, even if that doesn't have any conception of reality and it has no more sentience than a blade of grass, even though that's the case, if life begins at conception, and the life we're talking about is the way we value human life, at least that's how I talk about life. I think it's a little different than how they talk about life. While I would say that life is a little bit more complicated than that for human beings, because we value human life because of the extraordinary nature of human life, as we can conceive the universe around us as being part of the universe. That sentience is different. That ability to feel pain, love, emotions, all of this is different. And once you get into like the third trimester, and once you get into the later parts of development, at that point, they're starting to develop the capacity to do these things. But when you're just a sperm and an egg, you have no more sentience than a blade of grass. And so to me, at that point, saying that that has the same value as me or a baby, I think is insulting to what human life is and what makes human life special, or at least special to us. Anyway, it seems that while most Americans might not agree with my exact sentiment, they at least agree with the sentiment that this option should be available to women. With, here's the data. Share who say they support obtaining abortion pills via select methods by political party, from their doctor or a clinic. 91% of Democrats say yes. 76% of independents say yes. And 51% of Republicans. A slim majority, basically 50-50 if you were to contain it within the margin of error. This is a political winner. This is how you reach out. People are talking about how could you get any of those moderate Republicans, those Nikki Haley voters, to really commit to going for Biden. Those are the people that are in that 51%. Those are the people that are in those 51%. If you wanted to get those people, that's the way to do it. You want to get independents that are disaffected with Biden? That's the way to do it. You want to get Democrats that are disaffected with Biden? Defending the abortion pill and hammering it, and hammering what will happen if Republicans get more Supreme Court nominees and they're able to run amok in this new Wild West that we've developed over a woman's right to choose. It's only going to get worse. And so this is an issue that we should campaign on, not only because it's important, but also because it's popular. And even if you go further and say through the mail, so you don't go to a doctor, you're not going to a clinic to get a prescription, you order the pill online. 72% of Democrats say yes, 54% of independents, and 23% of Republicans. Still a majority of Americans, but now less Republican support. More than 7 in 10 Americans support access to medication abortion, and even more back the Food and Drug Administration's ability to regulate new drugs. All I'm going to say is that this is an electoral loser for the right. This is an electoral winner for the left. This is something that it's going to be really hard for us to fuck up, and therefore should be a massive theme of the campaign. Because if it's near impossible to fuck up, then we should be championing it.